Welcome to the deep dive. We sift through the key sources so you get the crucial knowledge fast. Today, we're plunging into something that's, well, it's not just timely, it feels absolutely critical. Post-quantum cryptography. Our digital world is just racing ahead, right? Powered by amazing AI, these huge cloud networks. There's this shadow looming. Quantum computers, they pose this fundamental threat, really, potentially shattering the security we all rely on. So our mission today, a deep dive into what some are calling this unbreakable shield, post-quantum cryptography, PQC. We need to explore why it's shaping up to be the huge trend for 2025, and honestly, why protecting AI and cloud with it isn't just important, it's basically non-negotiable. And look, this deep dive is built on some serious insights reports from Gartner, McKinsey, breakthroughs from NIST, IBM. We've pulled out the key stuff to get you up to speed fast.
What's really compelling here, I think, is the immediacy, the urgency. We're not talking science fiction, some far off maybe. This is defining 2025 because the quantum threat, it's moving from theory to, well, something very tangible, faster than maybe we thought. The why now, that's really the heart of it.
Yeah, and here's where it gets really interesting and maybe a bit sobering too. Our current security online, the encryption, keeping everything safe, your emails, financial stuff mostly relies on things like RSA. These are based on math problems so tough that, even today's best supercomputers would take, I don't know, billions of years. They're like these super complex locks.
Right, based on the difficulty of factoring large numbers, essentially.
Exactly, but quantum computers, they play by totally different rules. The stark reality, and this is kind of the headline, is they could potentially break RSA encryption in, well, hours.
Hours, not billions of years.
Hours.
Yeah. And this isn't just, a wild guess. Gartner's predicting quantum attacks on RSA could start hitting by 2030.
2030, that's really just around the corner, right? Less than 5 years. It signals this critical need for a whole new kind of defense. And now.
And if we connect that to the bigger picture, the economic side, the societal side, the stakes are just incredibly clear. McKinsey's technology trends outlook for 2025, it throws out a pretty staggering number. Potentially $10 trillion in global economic losses without good PQC.
10 trillion. Wow.
Yeah, put that in perspective. That's bigger than the GDP of, say, Japan. We're talking massive IP theft, compromised finance, critical infrastructure going down. It's not just data breaches, it's systemic risk. And you layer on top of that this 75% surge in AI-powered attacks. Traditional defenses are looking, well, increasingly leaky. So PQC isn't just defense anymore. It's almost like a necessary counteroffensive to keep digital trust alive.
Okay, so this is where PQC comes in. Post-quantum cryptography, think of it like a revolutionary new way to build those digital locks, right?
Wow.
Designed specifically to resist what quantum computers can do. Instead of the math problems quantum might crack, PQC uses totally different cryptographic angles.
Fundamentally different approaches.
Yeah. A key example here seems to be these lattice-based algorithms, things like Crystal's Kyber. So instead of relying on factoring large numbers, which quantum computers are expected to be good at, these lattice things are based on different, much harder problems. It's like, imagine trying to find the shortest route through some insanely complex, multi-dimensional maze. That's sort of the idea.
A problem that's believed to be hard, even for quantum computing.
Exactly. It offers a new foundation for security.
Yeah.
And this isn't just theory in a lab, right? NIST, the National Institute of Standards and Technology, they've been finalizing standards. And companies like IBM, they're already pushing these quantum-resistant solutions out there with things like Qiskit.
Right, and it's moving fast. Gartner really underlines this, calling PQC a must-have and putting it in their top 10 strategic tech trends for 2025. It's shifting from research labs to, actual industry adoption. And the market shows it. Projections are talking about the PQC market exploding to something like $3.3 billion by 2028.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, it's not niche anymore. It's becoming essential digital infrastructure.
Yeah. So given all that momentum, what does this actually mean for the tech you use every day? Where does the rubber meet the road? PQC seems to be tackling these big challenges, especially in cloud and AI. Think about cloud security. What is it? 90% of companies are using multi-cloud setups now. Securing those massive, complex environments is just huge.
Paramount, yeah.
And PQC is apparently designed for that, fortifying those environments and even protecting the AI models, the LLMs running inside them.
So a key question then becomes, how fast is this actually happening? What are the real benefits we're seeing? And the data is pretty compelling, actually. We're seeing a real jump in quantum readiness, Around 30% of cloud providers have already adopted the new NIST PQC standards.
30% already. That's pretty quick adoption.
It is. And what's really interesting is how AI itself is speeding this up. AI is analyzing weaknesses, helping with the migration, cutting the overhead by 60% compared to doing it the old way.
So AI is helping deploy the protection against the threat that could undermine AI.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
it's a fascinating feedback loop, isn't it? And this synergy, it leads to this new era of AI-powered cyber defense. Something like 45% of security tools now have machine learning built in for predicting threats. And when you add PQC into cloud setups, it slashes threat detection times by 55%.
55% faster detection.
Which is vital. Think about the cloud explosion risks. Spending on cloud is rocketing $1.3 trillion. But 75% of breaches still coming from old or weak encryption.
75%, that's a massive vulnerability.
It is. And PQC hits this directly. Automated key rotations, hardening defenses against these newer, nastier threats, like the 40% yearly jump in GenAI deepfakes.
Okay, so it's defense, but what about the positive side, the economic impact?
Huge potential there, too. It's seen as unlocking $4.4 trillion in AI value by securing it, basically, and jobs. Projected to create 97 million new jobs by 2030, mainly through upskilling people, partly driven by tighter regulations demanding better security.
Okay, that's a profound impact. And it really sounds like PQC isn't just this standalone fix. It's deeply woven in with other advanced tech. It sounds like a much more, I don't know, intelligent, layered defense system.
Exactly. That's a great way to put it. We are seeing this transformative synergy play out. Take AI-powered PQC optimization. Machine learning isn't just implementing PQC algorithms like Crystal's Kyber, it's fine-tuning them for better cloud efficiency.
So AI improving its own security shield.
Precisely. And LLMs. They're now generating quantum-resistant code. That's shown to cut development overhead by 60% in complex setups like AWS or hybrids.
60% reduction in overhead. That's significant.
Definitely. Then there's autonomous threat simulation. Think AI agents actively stress testing defenses, simulating quantum hacks on cloud data lakes. They often use federated learning here, letting the AI learn from scattered data without compromising privacy, and it leads to 55% faster attack detection. It's about proactively finding the holes.
Staying ahead of the curve. Makes sense.
And consider the edge. Edge-to-cloud invincibility. What is it? 75% of enterprise data gets handled out at the edge. Now, sensors, IoT devices.
Right, all those connected devices.
Exactly. PQC is critical for securing those fast, low-latency transfers between IoT devices and the cloud. We're talking about protecting maybe 75 billion devices out there.
75 billion, that's a huge attack surface.
Immense. And finally, there's the sustainable governance angle. PQC helps meet compliance for regulations like the EU AI Act, which demands strong data security.
Yeah.
But it also helps cut AI's carbon footprint, potentially by 35%, by making processing more efficient. And it opens up new careers in things like explainable AI, XAI, and federated learning.
It's really fascinating how these threads are weaving together. Okay, let's pull back a bit, zoom out to the global picture. Where does PQC sit on the, the global tech radar right now? Gartner's hype cycle puts it on the slope of enlightenment.
Which means its real potential and how to use it are getting clearer.
Yeah, and they're talking about quantum AI hybrids coming for, quote, unbreakable defenses. We're also seeing these debates flare up online, right? Like on X, people talking PQC versus quantum apocalypse.
Yeah, the rhetoric can get quite dramatic, but placing it geopolitically, we're definitely seeing evolving quantum wars.
Yeah.
You have countries like China making big strides, sometimes using these open-weight leads, sharing significant progress publicly. It boosts science, sure, but it's also strategic competition.
Right. Showing their hand, but also pushing the field forward.
Exactly. Meanwhile, regulators, especially in the EU, are getting serious. Potential fines up to 35 million if companies don't meet new security standards that account for quantum risks.
Serious money. But it's not all smooth sailing, is it?
No, definitely not. There are real hurdles. About 40% of PQC migration projects are apparently still considered at risk. It's complex, it's expensive to rip out and replace old systems.
40% risk is quite high.
It is. But the potential upside, the economic wins, are projected to be enormous. PQC contributing to an estimated $15.7 trillion in AI value, and job creation, again projected 170 million new jobs globally by 2030, transforming industries.
170 million. Wow.
And for people wanting to stay ahead in this field, platforms like IBM's Qiskit, Google Cloud's Mtrends, they're becoming key places for networking and skilling up.
So let's try and wrap this up. Bring it back to the core idea. Post-quantum cryptography. It's not just another tech buzzword. It feels like a truly critical, maybe revolutionary technology. Absolutely essential for defending our digital future against this very real, fast-approaching quantum threat, especially for AI and card. The urgency feels real, and the opportunities for innovation, economy, careers seem vast.
Which leaves us and you with a really interesting question to ponder, I think. Given everything we've unpacked, the speed of quantum threats, the power of PQC, the stakes involved, what's your strategic war plan moving into 2025? Is your focus on hardening those AI clouds, or maybe battling sophisticated deepfakes, or perhaps exploring those new career paths in XAI or governance? Definitely something to keep digging into. Stay curious about this, it's vital.